We have launched.
We've completely launched. We've started the show, and it is Planet Green Cheese. We're about to embark 2 hours of medical marijuana and marijuana reform in Michigan, and nationally and internationally, and even in Spaceland. Please welcome Tim Beck.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. Really glad to be on the show.
Thanks for staying with us. Planet Green Cheese, episode number 395. Is that right?
Correct.
Calling it Working Man. For those that are on the end, know what that means. There's an argument that we evolved from the cannabis plant. Let's just be honest, okay?
Ow, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
420th episode. Yeah! Please welcome Steve Miller.
Steve Miller.
Ow.
Thank you for the kind words, Mike.
We're here now still with Q, who, as I was trying to lay some kind of foundation before all the objections came, as it happens sometimes. I've got an agenda here. I see. I usually resist agendas, and I will tell you that I'm not really going to follow this.
This is a celebratory of the 420th show. Anything goes.
Please welcome my dear friend, looking like very Dylan-esque tonight, maybe more Laszlo Dylan-esque, if there's a thing. Jeff Frazier.
Presidents have had more people at their arraignment than I have. That's really funny.
If you're a connoisseur, you're going to want the good stuff. And if you want the good stuff, you're going to go for the mom and pop stuff because that's the good stuff.
We got
only
Jamie Lowell.
Hey, don't leave the studio.
Don't leave the studio, Jamie Lowell.
It's just a real pleasure to come here and congratulate you on your 420th show, and thank you for having me on a few times over the 420.
Alrighty.
We have
Alrighty. The big show.
huge.
Very excited to begin here as a show number 500 and saying that
500
episodes.
500.
The 11th.
It's I want to thank everybody who helped put this together. I know a lot of people are in the waiting room, and a lot of people have been involved in gathering those folks and taming them to get into the room and not letting them know that they can't get out now. Alan may have had something to do with that, but no, thank you everyone that's participating tonight. I know it's exciting and kind of weird that it's been this long, but we're going to have a show. We have a lot of people going to talk, and we got some topics to talk about and throw things around and get everyone's perspective on things. And with a number of people on the list here, everyone gets about 32 seconds, so we'll be able to get through this by 12:30 tonight. Just kidding.
It's going to be just like Lame Duck, and we're just going to go to 4 in the morning.
There you go. As long as we get something done, right? No, I'm kidding. So,
Jimmy's got wings.
so we've got. I mean, I didn't get to tell you. We wrote down possible topics to talk about. These are really deep and introspective. We got to wait until later in the evening to see how everyone's feeling, and are you satisfied with your life, kind of stuff. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They were kind of, but. There's some good ones. It's just very good. But all right, so I guess what we're going to do is we're going to introduce everyone here and everyone in the Zoom that's going to be participating, and then we're going to throw it out to some of the topics and get some of the guests on. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to start. We got to start cycling through them quick because they're going to be coming in groups, and we've already got a whole room full.
Right. Just for the record, today's what is it? The 4th of February, year 2021, episode 500. I guess we're calling it, and we're still rocking it. Should I go through the list of guests? Okay, yeah, let me just run through these. I know Earl here?
He's coming.
I heard he was.
Okay, whatever. Fine.
I heard he was in row.
Here's a guest real quick. We got John Schlickler, David Rudoi, Rhory Gould, Tim Beck, Brad Forrester, Charmie Gholson, Neil Rockind, Chad Morrow, Eric Gunnels, Earl Carruthers, Nick Zettell, Anquenette Sarfoh, Q, Adam Brook, Kristine Beebe, Ryan Basore, Adam Tasselmeyer, Darryl Stavros, Shyler Engle, and Michael Thue. In addition to those, and so they're all...
Tim Beck.
I said Tim Beck
without Shyler.
Anyway, so I'm very excited.
Dewey.
Even that somebody talked to them, they're here. Okay, that's the story. That's what we're going to go through. We'll get to some topics, and so let me do this. I know I've tried to, in the introduction, instead of going on, I've asked a couple questions. I thought I came up with one for tonight, which is kind of, in the past, I asked the questions of, if you went back in history, who would you want to be? I said one of them was what hero, if you could, who do you consider a hero? What animal would you want to be if you could change it to an animal? This is what I want to know tonight. So go around. if it's happened, no judgment, when was the first time you smoked cannabis? What was the setting and who was with you? How about that? That's a good question, right? Yeah. If you have. I'm figuring most people have, Ron. Is that right? Possible? Most people have tried cannabis? Anyways, the bunker guys, of course, Tommy, Dan, and Justin don't have to answer. I'm advising them to take the fifth right now. Oh, we do have a scan around to them? No, maybe not. All right. But with that being said, please welcome Jim Powers, the one and only Jim Powers.
It was Jamie Lowell, and I was 35.
Excellent. Thank you very much for all your helping in this. I know you've held it together and been very pivotal in keeping it going here. Here we go. We got Dewey Thomas is here. Second week in a row. I haven't seen him in months. Totally empty. Dewey, what's your story? How you been?
I love you.
I love you too, my man. Tell me this. Did you hear the question we're asking? When was the first time you ingested cannabis, and who were you with, and how old were you?
It was so long ago, I don't remember.
All right, fine. Okay, you don't have to. It's like you can take the fifth.
But he did tell me a story once about
1960 something.
There was somebody that tossed a whole handful of seeds, and then he saw, the field of green.
I see.
So
All right, I
he's
see.
no stranger to Mary Jane.
I realize that the question is kind of invasive, and I was thinking about I could frame it like, when was the first time you ingested cannabis sativa L, 3.3% of THC or less? So we'll just call it that, okay? All right.
Hey, how many of you people out here remember Goose Lake Music Festival?
I've heard stories.
At Grass Lake.
Grass Lake?
Grass Lake right out here on I-94, and it was as big as Woodstock. Okay, and it was 1971, and was a beautiful time. And
that has something to do with the question I asked you before, is when you may have first had
that was the first time I ever did acid.
Okay.
And,
I was taking it there.
And I was on my motorcycle.
Nice.
And I literally had to put
riding bicycles on his motorcycle.
Yeah. Oops. There's a.
Should I be advising you to take the fifth real quick? Just kidding.
But that's how long ago it was.
All right. Excellent. All right. I'd ask more questions, but I'm afraid of what answers we may get. Just kidding. Please welcome. Amanda really put all this together, and thank you very much. You were solid and a great organizer for all the Planet Green Trees festivities, and I really appreciate that. And thank you. And of course, you can check Amanda's YouTubing.
My work, my handiwork.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there's definitely some YouTube videos out there. Some are informational, but most of it's just for fun. And I'm really happy to be here. And we've got a bunch of people in the waiting room that are looking forward to celebrating this milestone with us.
Yep. So what do you got? You got an answer for the question?
The first time I'm going to admit to, clearly I was of age, I tried some hemp products as a wee lass of probably about 14 or 15,
Sure, okay, perfect. Okay, that's perfect. So Steve Miller, of course, from the Steve Miller Band and
Fly Like an Eagle.
Fly Like an Eagle, and the Rover here at Comorn Law. And who's the guy you liked? Who was the guy at the show with the John
Wick?
Yeah, John Wick. He's kind of John Wicking it tonight. John Wicking it tonight.
No, you reminded me of John Wick today. It was like the scene out of a movie.
I feel like you're ready to go.
Michael was before the High Lord of the Court today. And when he went to go speak, they said, "No, sir, you're not endorsed. We have rules.
Funny.
We must follow the rules. Without them, we are with the animals." This is straight out of a John Wick movie, I swear to God.
That's good stuff. All right, so what's your story? You may want to take the fifth, too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I should have.
I asked some really prying questions. Other people may not care as much.
Oddly, I have a close answer to Jim. It was with Jamie Lowell.
There you go.
I was about 44 years old, and I had obtained my medical marijuana card, patient card by this time, but I didn't have the chance to try it until Jamie Lowell confronted me one night at the Rooster Tail. And before I was speaking,
I remember that
he
night.
handed me a vape pen and
I
says,
remember.
"You better hit this, or I'm going to still think you're a cop."
Those were literally his exact
So what else
words.
was I to do? First time I'd ever tried marijuana, just then forced by Jamie Lowell.
Jamie is responsible for everything.
So it was good, Jamie. I'm glad you
forced
broke
him.
it. It was great.
You left out that I grabbed you by the scruff of the neck. Had you about 2 inches lifted off the ground, and I was staring into your eyes.
That was part of it, yeah. It was scary. It was a.
First of all, I got to say something.
It was good, honest bullying on his part, but I'm glad he did it.
If these two
I
stories,
really enjoy cannabis now.
if these two stories are even close to being true, which I don't think they are, it tells you how far we really haven't gotten. If people are like afraid to disclose and be fair, but we'll see how we do here. But obviously, it's all Jamie's fault so far. What do you mean, wrapping up? We're going to the Zoom room. Here we go. We got in the Zoom room. We got the Rasta Rabbi, the Cannabis Kepi, and supporting the Corn Law. Allen Peisner, also known as Uncle Allen at times, and the Zoom master of all masters. Thank you for being here, Allen. What's going on?
Thank you for having me on show number 500. And the first time I smoked was 1973.
Wow.
Smoked with Tony Nader. Never forget it. Offered me my first joint.
Nice.
It was actually a bowl. It wasn't a joint.
I was probably just learning how to walk about then.
Yeah, it was going to be boring.
Was there peer pressure involved?
No. He asked me if I wanted to get high, and I said yes. I didn't tell him I'd never tried it before, though.
Okay.
So I smoked the wrong end of the pipe the first time.
That's nice. All right, moving around the room here, we've got Attorney Alyssa McCormick.
With baby in tow.
With baby in tow.
Yeah, and got the new baby Louie. Layla is over on the couch being a little grumpy right now. I tried to bring her over too.
I'll
but
bet she is.
Looks like she's sleeping, so he had to introduce the new baby Louie to everyone.
What is that exactly? What is that?
He's a miniature dash hound.
Okay,
just
all right,
like
I know.
Layla.
I knew that, but I just wanted to explain it. It's got the same coloring as like an African wild dog. I like that. That's a good.
An African wild dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he might as well be.
Yeah.
He might be big.
Yeah,
Is he
you're
part
gonna have
Doberman? He looks got a Doberman
Is
coloring.
he part Doberman? No, I don't think so. I hope not.
I mean, his coloring.
That'd be great. A Doberman, a Doberman wiener dog. That'd be wonderful.
If you notice,
He got weighed today, and he's 3.18 pounds. So I don't think he's gonna be too big.
well, he's just going to start elongating. He doesn't grow any taller. It just
Yeah, he's just gonna get stretched out.
The copulation between
I can't even
the
imagine.
dogs
Don't,
that would,
Jim,
it
why
would take.
visual?
Oh,
Did you-
boy. Yeah,
all right,
you
Allie.
might take it there.
Allie, I don't know. I may advise you against taking it, answering the question, but it was posed at like what age and who are you with, and was it memorable or not? The first ingestions of cannabis.
Oh, first PGT show.
Okay, that's
That's the first time she ever.
sitting next to Jamie Lowell.
Jamie there?
Just kidding.
I mean, the first one that I can really remember.
Ever? We're talking about ever. We're talking about.
Was the 420 show.
No, not the
No,
show.
no.
When was the first time you smoked marijuana?
Yes.
Oh, first time I smoked pot. Oh, I can answer this. I mean, I was like in 7th grade.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Ohio laws are different, I think. That's why it's.
Yeah, it was decrim.
We're making some. Alan, should we delete that? I don't know. Let me get a lawyer's opinion. We're going to lawyer Jeff Frazier, who is going to advise us who should be taking the 5th here or not. I mean,
the whole lot of them.
First of all, does it depend what state we're in? Like Jeff may not be able to answer those questions. Jeff, wait, Jeff, don't disclose where you are, just so we don't run into any problems of. Just kidding. First of all, welcome Jeff Frazier from all over the place. He's the.
Hi, Jeff.
What's happening? Everything all right over there?
So let's see. When was the first time you ever indulged in the ganj, the sticky icky?
Well, I'm not Jeff, and it was junior high. Junior high, deer camp, campfire, full moon, and as well as I can tell, like Bob Seger Night Moves record.
Oh, wow.
And so it must have been mid to late 70s. I'm guessing 76, 77, something like that. And I stared at the campfire all night, howled at the moon all night, woke up and ate 12 eggs.
Nice.
And here we are.
See, that's what the kind of answer I was looking. Thank you for participating, Jeffrey.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. But I just do want to put that's an A answer right there. He went all in. I was looking for like the place setting. Throw the people you're with under the bus. And I really wanted to everyone because a lot of times I don't think people get affected when they first ingest, do they? I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. We've got one more in the Zoom here. If I'm not mistaken, it's the one and only Jamie Lowe, who is really the longest still attached to Planet Green Trees of all of them. He's survived all the
He's a survivor.
Mountain climbing and river swimming. That's right, Jamie. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Right on, 500.
And Jamie, of course, that's at 500. 500. How's everything going over there? Do you have a good thing going on? What's your first experience with cannabis, if any?
I have sisters, older sisters, 5, 7, and 8 years older, and I was about 8 years old. I was in a car with my sister and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend lit up a joint and handed it to me, thinking it was funny. I think. And I hit it a few times, and that was cool. I'd seen such behavior go down, and I hit it. I smoked between 8 and 13 or so. I smoked probably 5, 6 times and never really felt it.
Yeah, and then at 13, you took a 6-month break.
I was actually with, if you know the car dealership around the area in Oakland County there, Dean Sellers. I was with Dean Sellers. And he had some really awesome cannabis and smoked some, and I definitely got really high for the first time that night.
So that was the first time when you're 8, that's when it happened, or this is another time?
First time I smoked, first time I got high, I was like 13.
Okay. It's kind of I'm horrified by an 8-year-old smoking marijuana. By that, I don't know. I just maybe my parenting.
It's hard to hear sometimes.
Yeah, that's insane. By the way, but
the world ended up being a better place.
Obviously,
because of it.
But all right, so good. Should we take a break? Listen, we got it all in. Jamie, thank you very much.
We're going to take a very quick break.
Got to stick to schedule.
Very quick. And then we're going to come back and we're going to bring on our first batch of guests.
We got a ton of cool
I want to
people.
thank everybody for being so patient with us as we get started. But you're listening to Planet Green Trees. This is show 500, and we'll
be right back.
See you in a minute.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.